when we come out of samadhi, our awareness of the subtleties of ego becomes actually enhanced. Sometimes we think, well, now after I've come out of my samadhi, now I will feel this sense of oneness prevailing at any given moment. But actually what happens is that we become more sensitive. It is as if there is a pond, you see. If you take a stone and throw it into a gushing river, will the river be troubled by the stone? It's gushing, right? It's so noisy, everything is so crazy, so intense, that one stone doesn't change a bit. But take a pond, a still lake, completely still, and take a stone and throw it into the water, and then you can sense the ripples, right? Why? Because your silent being actually becomes more sensitive to the subtleties of ego in you and in others. Now this can be quite disturbing, right? Because you're really hoping with all your beautiful heart and good intention to now focus on what you've discovered. But with human beings, it's more challenging. Human beings are not like plants, right? I mean, look, can we see it? Yes? Look at this gorgeous being that I admire so much. So that's very easy to see its wholeness, because it's an undivided being. Of course, it also has its own struggle for existence. It also wants to live. So, but scientists say that flowers have all these kinds of scents and shapes in order to be attractive. So they have a certain will, you can say. But it's not like humans. Humans have contradictions. Humans are not simple. They have different layers. They have different forces. They have separation and they have love. They have ego and they have softness. So you're beginning to notice all this. And you're also beginning to notice the ripples of your own ego more acutely. So first of all, accept that. One, accept that your sensitivity to ego actually increases, not decreases. Two, people are not plants. People are not animals, because they have this kind of reflective self-consciousness that makes them be more complex, but also more complicated. And when you accept that, these 2 points, despite your sensitivity, train your attention to look beneath the appearances. Now I know it's challenging, but if you can do it with an orchid, you can do it with, well, if we have it, you can do it even with Putin, you see. you can do it even with those who really seem to be ego-centered. And actually challenge yourself by putting yourself in these situations and confronting these individuals, because if you can find it in them, you will be able to establish your unity consciousness. And make sure that you also see it in yourself, even when your ego is troubling you and distorting your own manifestation. Can you see it in you even when you are away from your true self, apparently? So that's the practice. So yes, I think we're after samadhi, we're given the opportunity to at first perhaps we look at the clouds and we think, oh, I'm so one with the clouds, and we look at the grass, I'm so one with the grass and with the insects and with the birds and with the ocean and with the rocks, and then somebody is approaching us, and oh, that's more complicated. It's complicated to us because our own ego is immediately triggered, and it's complicated to be able to penetrate their appearance and find out that water is water. But this is where the challenge lies, and this is where the missing piece of unity consciousness is found.